What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Content Chopshop, the show where we review content that sells and we tell you how you can use those concepts in your own business to make amazing content that drives you leads and sales. Today, we have an awesome guest with us who is no stranger to amazing video ads, Kevin Anson. Welcome to the show, sir. And let's see, tell them a little bit about yourself in case they haven't heard of you before for some crazy reason.
Yeah, so I've been making videos for about 24 hours, and I've been making videos for a really long time, and I always tell people I started out as a video guy, and like for a long time I didn't know what the heck I was doing because I was just a video editor or I knew motion graphics, etc., which was great. But then like once I learned marketing and I was able to understand the core concepts of human psychology and copywriting and all that stuff, I was able to take my video skills and match them up with the marketing skills, and it just took off from there. So I've been able to work with some really cool clients. And but yeah, I'm stoked to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let's Absolutely.
Go. We are going to be learning a ton today. Just saying.
Yeah. I am pumped about this.
Thanks for coming to our coaching session today. So
yeah.
we appreciate the time.
And of course, our amazing hosts, Ron Cool of Hindsight Hacking Media, and his other half, the one to contact in case you need Ron, Corey Carter of Hindsight Hacking Media as well. And of course, down to the contest, pick a bro, the Biz Bros, Louis and Fonzie.
Louis,
say in the
sure.
comments which one you choose. Collect their trading cards.
NFTs.
You just launch our products, Jim.
I was going to say,
I do it for you.
Trading cards for FHL and hand them out, and have like a limited set of like 10.
And they're going to be like one that we sell on blockchain for millions of dollars.
That's okay. It's going to be the Biz Bros coin.
So today, Kevin Anson has brought us some amazing videos that he's actually worked on. So we're going to talk about some of the concepts that he's using and how you can use them in your business too. And then, of course, we'll have our usual video ads that we cover from all across the internet. And we'll be getting everyone's perspective on those ads and what made them work, what made them not work, and if they didn't work, what they could do to work and how you can use those concepts yourself. So if we are all ready, are we ready to get into the first video?
Oh, yeah. This sounds like it's going to be a juicy episode. I love it.
You like it a juice? You like it?
So tasty, so juicy.
So juicy. Okay.
No, that's not good. What's he doing?
We have to explain to Kevin about that after this video. I feel like that needs some explanation.
I know squeezing the juice.
Our first video starts.
Oh, sure, bro.
Yeah.
I'm here today because I want to give you something that I call the perfect webinar script. It's something that took me over 15 years to develop, testing and trying it. I remember when we launched ClickFunnels, I was like, okay, I need to create a webinar to launch this company. What am I going to do? And so I pulled out my perfect webinar script. I sat down, I made the slides, and this is the script that launched ClickFunnels. I've had a chance to teach this to people in almost every industry you can think of, from weight loss to couponing to making money, every business you can dream of. We've used this perfect webinar script to grow people's companies. All you have to do is follow it and your presentation will convert. All the things I could possibly give you to help you be successful in your business, this is the one. This is the one that's made more people more money than anything else I've ever created. I want to give it to you for just $7. And as soon as you buy that, we'll literally give you access immediately. You can have access to the script and the training here in 15 seconds. All you do is click the link down below, and it'll send this to you right away. You can start learning how to use it and start using it for your business.
All right, let's talk about it.
Take my money. No, it's not that. I'm ready.
So initial reactions, gentlemen, what do we think?
It kept my attention. I really liked it. I like the flow. I like the cuts. I like the feel of it. Like for me, the feel was good, and for people that understand ClickFunnels, obviously they're like, oh, that's how he started. I want that. Where's my $7?
Yeah.
I'll buy 2.
I mean, I've already pulled my wallet out and paid for that one.
I actually thought it was time to pay again. So
Yeah. So yes, definitely one of the better ones. It wasn't too long, and obviously it related enough that it has definitely made the credit card come out, the action to be taken to actually do the job. And then what the ad doesn't show you is what's the next upsell, right? Like $7, and then what's the average cart value because of the next video or whatever on that after you've already paid.
Yeah. I like the fact that he builds a trust, and he's like, hey, I've done this for 15 years and boom, and you're like, okay, immediate, like the experience, I don't have to think about this for the next few months. Like, you're already in a mental place where it's like, I trust this guy because he's done it for so long, right? And obviously if you're already part of the ClickFunnels community of heard of Russell, you're like, I mean, that just like elevates the trust even more. Not that we need it, but personally, like, we've seen a lot of ClickFunnels ads. I haven't personally seen this, right? But at the same time,
this one either, actually.
Immediately, as soon as it started, it's just high energy. It's like, yes, I can do anything, right? With this script, I can do anything, and I think that's part of it. And then when you see the offer, you're like, oh, this is a no-brainer, right? So those elements kind of build up to that, and it just sets the offer really nicely at the end.
Yeah, I feel like he goes through some sort of epiphany bridge script where he starts with the back of like, I spent 15 years researching. Right, and then he takes you to, now we're a 9-figure company at the end. So in that bridge is the perfect webinar script that you're gonna get. I like that a lot. From the production side, I like the way where ClickFunnels is taking things. I think it looks really cool. It looks way more branded and on point. But for this smaller entrepreneurs that might not have a budget to create a video like that, analyzing the structure too, I think is phenomenal.
What I think is awesome is we can still make people feel like there's something on the inside of ClickFunnels that they haven't heard of yet. Like it still made me feel like, oh, I know the webinar script, but maybe there's something I haven't found out yet.
It's something new. I need to.
Maybe there's something else. Maybe I just need to go ahead and just chalk over that $7 again and just figure it out.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do. It's hard to keep things interesting and still make it feel new. And I think that it did a good job. It kept the pace and energy up. I'd love to hear from you, Kevin, about some of the theory behind it when you made it.
Yeah, I mean, what's your name? Biz Bros. You, I don't know your name.
Luis squared, or sexy voice, sexy beard is Fonzie.
Yeah, Lewis makes a good point though. It's like when you watch a video like that, you're like, holy crap, like I'm never going to be able to make an ad like that for my own business. Like that's insane. And like, that's one of the things that is scary when you watch it. Of course, it's like, that's what I do for a living. We make ads, and like, we've been making videos for a long time. Like I wrote the script for that. Like it was, there's a whole process involved, but, you can make videos with your smartphone as long as you're just following the messaging and just hitting on those different check boxes that people have in their heads when they watch a video, and like subconsciously you're addressing those things. It's like, okay, he says that he's been doing this for 15 years. He's helped thousands of entrepreneurs, or he has the authority, or like, is this thing solving my pains that I have, right? So there's like a bunch of ingredients that I'm always thinking about. But yeah, so if you address that stuff with your smartphone, I mean, you're gonna be 10 steps ahead of the guy next to you who's just throwing out a smartphone, recording a video, and trying to make ads. But anyway, I mean, we can get more into that stuff if you guys want. But yeah, I mean, that's what I think about when I sit down to make an ad. I like literally took the video off the landing page. That's what that video is. There's a video on the landing page, and they sent us this back in November, and they said, can you just make us some ads for this offer? So all I did was I just right-clicked on the video that was on the homepage and just downloaded it. It's just a video of Russell. There's no music, no graphics, no footage, nothing. It's just him standing in front of a whiteboard or that sketchboard, and he's just like talking about the offer. And so I dissected that, and I chunked it up and made it into the video that it is now. And so, yeah, it worked extremely well.
Wow,
awesome.
Kevin, that is
awesome.
Yeah, I love the fact that you mentioned that you didn't need to actually go and film something. It's like, I'm working with what I got. So since you already have that structure, how you call it, those checkbox in people's head that you want them to, check, you went with that. Wow, I think that is such an incredible lesson. I love that. Thank you. And I want to add something that I noticed now. We went last week into a workshop from Steve Larson, and he talks about this concept called the salesometer, where pretty much the journey that people take inside their head to make a purchasing decision is like vehicle, internal, and external beliefs. So on the vehicle at first, he's like, hey, I spent 15 years crafting this, right? You're checking the vehicle box. It's like, this works. If he did it for 15 years and now he is, he has helped him build this company, check. Then he goes into the internal, which is people. Can I do this? And the next part of the video is, this is what I've shared with most people that have reached like 7 figures businesses. And he shows other people literally grabbing the 2 Comma Club award. So that you're relating that now. You're like the hero of the story. Check that internal box. And then the external, which is resources, is, do I have the money to pay for all this amazingness? Well, guess what? It's just $7. And you see the 1,500 getting like scratched up, and then it's just $7. And next thing you know, you are all the funnel and everything they get. So yeah, it's amazing. Kevin, that's awesome. Thank you.
I'm super impressed. I would never have guessed that you just took that video and added stuff to it.
Never.
So, coming from someone that does video and stuff, that was phenomenal, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, well done. We got Jessica in the audience says, great video. It wasn't self-absorbed video like some are. This made me say he is going to help me. That's awesome. Yeah. And she said, I wish I could have seen this video when it was 2020.
I wish I could see her comments. I'd bring it up. She must be on a different platform. I don't know what's going on.
I think she's off the one I shared or whatever, but she said, Kevin, you're amazing. That is awesome.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, just
shout out to
another comment.
Thank you for watching.
Another comment is we watched a bunch of ClickFunnels stuff last week.
Yeah.
And there was nothing we were impressed with.
Zero.
I don't know. So hopefully they weren't yours, Kevin. I'm sure they weren't.
I will tell you right now, there is zero chance they were Kevin's.
There was zero same feel. Like the feel was so different.
There was a lot of disconnect, and there was a lot of like showing off. I have it, and you want it. That kind of angle, which traditionally is not ClickFunnels angle. It's more like we can do this together. Let me show you my journey.
Well, that one that he wasn't even in there was weird too.
Yeah.
Right. It was just weird, random people, like not even in the community. It was just random people. It was weird. Yeah,
it was definitely a different feel for ClickFunnels that they were trying out there. But we decided to go into their Facebook ads library and see the newest ads that they started running. And there was a bunch of them in there that just really were, it was like a disconnect.
Yeah,
this from what their usual messaging was.
Spot on.
Yeah, we only we do like one ad a week for them right now. We don't do all of their stuff. They have an internal video team out in Canada, and they do an amazing job. And so no, I'd be curious to see which ones they were. But yeah, we're not responsible for all of their content. I mean, I literally follow the structure of what I have in my I have a course that teaches it, but it's like I'm always thinking about these ingredients. Like I have it printed out on my wall, and it's just sitting there. Like I'm always like the things that you guys were talking about. Like, does it cover? Does it identify the person, like who they are, where they're at? Does it talk about their pain points? Does it talk about their desires? Like, does it show off that there's a result if you get this thing that I'm trying to pitch you? Do you have the authority and the experience? Is this a new opportunity? Is it different than anything else I've ever seen? Why is it different? Why can't I just go out online and learn this stuff myself? Like, why should I get it from you? So how do you save me time and money? Is there social proof, like testimonials? Is there urgency involved in it? So yeah, I just went through all 10 ingredients right there. So if you guys pick that up, there's more.
Replay.
So
yeah, thanks for sharing, Kevin. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Is the link thevideoformula.com just to make sure?
Yeah, thevideoformula.com. That's it.
Awesome. Yeah, so people can go check it out too.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's like, if you're anyone, if I jumped on camera and I'm doing an ad and I was just like trying to talk about my product or whatever, and I never mentioned the fact that, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've made thousands of videos and I've worked with this person, like you wouldn't see me as the authority. Or, what type of results have I gotten for people? Like, has people gone through my program and gotten what results? Like, what are those results? Like, cool, I have a program, but like, if I told you, some guy just sent me a message on Instagram a couple weeks ago and said, dude, I followed your formula and I got 1.1 million views on TikTok in 6 days and it works, then you'd be like, oh shit, this guy knows what he's talking about, right? So, I mean, that was a real message that I got. So anyways, sharing that type of stuff, sharing other people's journeys in your marketing and the results that you're getting people, that's what people want to see. So
That's
Good
awesome.
call. All right, let's break into the next one. We got another Kevin Anson original here from the Cardone 10X event, I believe. And let's do it. I might be a little laggy today.
I'm here to give you the exact.
Yeah, we're getting a little laggy, Jimbo.
Go from where you are right now to 10,000. This isn't about money. You guys hear me talk about money all the time? Money is code for freedom.
Yeah, I might have to share with you, Ron. Might have to.
Oh,
On
this is
occasion,
not
my
time.
computer
Why
gets
does it got to
angry.
stop on broke and overwhelmed, man?
Thank you so much for having me here. God bless you. I appreciate you coming. Let's 10X the world.
Grant and Elena have talked a lot about proximity, and you're going to get the chance to be on this stage next year.
This is how you're going to be successful, folks.
I'll fly wherever it is because the value that you get.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna keep butchering it here. Let's minimize this. I will send over the link to Ron. We'll move on to another one, and we'll come
Hold
back.
on, but
I mean,
we
wait.
need to watch this because I'm already taking some notes here.
I have a feeling, Kevin, did they send you the video for this one? Did you get the video from that landing page or something, and then you created the ad, just like you did with Russell Brunson's?
You're on mute.
Oh, you're muted. We can hear you.
You don't understand his lips? You can't read it.
that's exactly what happened on that one. Yeah. They sent me the video as they were like, here's the video on our landing page. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But it has music in it. It's like a 30-minute documentary they put together on their landing page. It's like, send me that video with no music. I want to hear just narration. And I took that video and put it and turn it into exactly what you see. So yeah.
Amazing.
Well done.
I mean, you captured the energy 100%. Holy smokes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna say that the lagging of it, the internet is the one thing like taking away that energy, right? Because to me, like that's the one big thing that you want to get from that ad is hype and energy that you need to run, get your ticket and get to that event, right? Like it's not about a walk, it's not about a slow pace. It's you got to get going, and you lose that energy with the internet issue there, Jim.
Bad Jim. Go lay down.
I think it did a really good job at identifying who's talking to, because it's like, are you broke? Are you overwhelmed? Are you frustrated? Right? Like people that relate to that are going to be like, yes, talk to me. Like, where do I buy my ticket? Which I think it's amazing.
Following up on that, I wrote here, releases your guilt, because you mentioned that it's not your fault, right? So a lot of people can be feeling that way, right? But it's like I'm not gonna take that fault. So, but it's not my fault. Perfect. Like that's exactly me. Let me go and do it. And Kevin, I have a question for you. The two ads that we just saw, they're kind of set up for like high energy, right? You have like that fast paced. Is that a common thread in the videos that you produce, or is it just the fact that we're talking to a very specific audience, specifically for the 10X event, that tends to be a very high energy event that we've been there to you want to kind of build up to go into there? And I don't know if Ron has it ready. We can.
Yep, I'm ready. You guys want to watch it
Thank
again?
you, Ron. Yes, let's do it.
Here we go.
I don't think that's the right one, but let's see. No, that's not the right one.
Why is it? Oh. Is that it?
No,
That is
No,
not
it was the
it.
Grant Cardone 10X one.
It said Grant Cardone.
Did it?
Keep going.
There it is,
right
10X.
Don't click on yes, I want. Yeah, there you go.
You're gonna buy it.
I want it.
I'm here to give you the exact strategy. Go from where you are right now.
Keep the volume, Ron.
Yep.
Volume?
This isn't about money. You guys hear me talk about money all the time? Money is code for freedom. Thank you so
so much for having me here. God bless you. I appreciate you coming. Let's 10X the world. Grant and Elena have talked a lot about proximity, and you're going to get the chance to be on this stage next year. This is how you're going to be successful, folks.
I'll fly to wherever it is because the value that you get when you come to something like this has far exceeded my expectations of what I ever could have imagined.
Today's day 2. I could leave right now and it would already be worth it. Grant Cardone is going to 10X your life. He 10X my life, 10X my dad's life, 10X my mom's life, 10X my income, 10X my life, and 10X my future family, man. That's what it's all about, man.
Let's go. 10X, baby, let's go.
Be so obsessed with the idea of freedom and making a difference. Do what I shared with you. Do what the speaker shared with you. I promise you, your life will get 10X better.
Now click it. Now. Do I click it now?
Just enter your credit card right there. Yeah, you're good.
Jessica says this could be your morning cup of coffee.
Got it.
This video could be your wake up call in the morning.
Every day. Oh, let's go. I'm ready.
Holy smokes. Energy check. Like
She's
the
a
amount
WWE but pumped is what Jessica said too.
The amount of people in that for proximity and the placement of the word proximity with all the flashes of all these amazing entrepreneurs. You already got the testimonials because everyone was super stoked in there. Like overall, captured the energy. Like it felt like you know exactly what you're going to get when you go.
Yeah.
Alan Dean says, will that be Visa or MasterCard? Sold.
I'll take Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
right.
0.0003%. No.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's funny because I just searched my notes app on because I write these scripts on my notes app on my computer, and it shows up. I could search for it right now. I have the script in front of me because I'll like lay out. I can post in the comments. Does this comments go to everybody? Or
Yes.
just you guys.
Yeah.
Like there's the script right there. Oh, it gets all messed up. The formatting gets messed up. But I mean, it's literally just like I sit there and I write down the first part. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I know I'm like music. There gonna be a music montage, and I like write that in like music montage, and then it's gonna say this, and it's gonna say this, and I'm like insert testimonial. Let me see if
Put it on the top. You're on the private chat.
okay.
Can he comment right from the comments inside StreamYard?
Yep.
And then go out to the.
I'll do it. I'm just copying and pasting. This is
Yeah, there we go. Cool.
This is Kevin's.
I think this is for us only. I don't know if we want to share with everybody. It's a small treat.
There you go.
I don't know if it went through. I think it cropped it. But anyways.
They can get it as a bonus if they buy the video formula.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
That again, like 2 for 2. Holy smokes. And then we have to guess for the chop. I don't even know what to do right now.
Well, what's funny though, you know, none of us, well, a couple of us are not huge Grant Cardone fans, but
that's true.
Ad still gets me excited to where I would be interested in going. Right, like
Makes
Russell
me wonder
Amari,
if I made the wrong choice.
So Russell Amari, a fan, it's easier to go. It's easier to want what he's selling. But Grant is not necessarily someone I want to get what he's selling. But yeah, that's good. It's a good ad that it still made me want.
What's his Snoop Dogg, Corey? Did Snoop Dogg sell you?
No, it was the what was it? The Bentley? Wasn't it the Bentley?
Yeah, right. I mean, the cool part about this is you can just see Grant having fun. Like the parts of Grant that are there are not him like grandstanding. It's just him being part of this bigger thing than him, which is really cool. And what's attractive to me to where it's like, okay, this is not super Grant centric. There's a lot to offer here.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
that was really cool.
If you guys dissected the ad though, I mean, let's say you don't have this huge event, you don't have this like cool editing and music and testimonials, like you could just follow a similar script to this, right? You're like, you know, pattern interrupt, the very first thing, like wave at the camera, right? You're like, hey, so are you ready to 10X your life and business? Like watch this very closely because I'm going to share with you guys 3 things in this video that are going to completely change your life if you just do these 3 things every day. And then, whoa, what's the guy going to talk about? And then you get into it. You know, like, are you stressed out? Are you broke? Are you overwhelmed? Are you frustrated? Are you stuck? It's completely not your fault. And let me tell you why. You know, just go into it. So I mean, you could just do that with your smartphone, get into it like that, and it's all about the messaging. Like I bet if Grant was to do that on his smartphone and follow this same script in the parking lot, like it would probably do extremely well also. You know, it's just because you're hitting people where they're at, you're addressing their pain points, you're checking those boxes off in their head, the psychological boxes, things that they want to hear, and you know, it causes them to take action. So just think of it that way. If you guys are looking at this like, holy crap, I can't make an ad like that. You don't have to.
Yeah. Dude, thank you, Kevin.
Well
I
done.
love how you're simplifying everything, right? Like,
Yep.
and you know, in a day where a lot of people are like, okay, how can I create different, like more frequency, right, on my publishing, either like organic or paid, like especially in ads, right? We hear Dean Garciosi records like an ad a day, right? And I have a follow-up question about that, but you just simplify it because it's the same formula, and then you start applying different testimonials, different things, different pains, and then you can test this message out as it goes. Clearly, Grant is somebody that knows his audience really, really well, right? But maybe somebody that's starting up, we might need those tries at first to find that message, to find those pains, right? As we help our people. So was this as specifically what was this presented to? Would you say a colder audience, warmer audience? Is that something that you take into account when you start creating those processes?
Kevin's out.
Kevin's out. He's like, nope,
Oh no, Kevin.
not good enough.
Oh no.
It's all good. I was so inspired.
Right.
Kevin's out. Where'd he go? All right.
Kevin, come back.
I
thought
will.
you kicked him out, Ron. I didn't know.
I will tell my my Vegas story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
While we're waiting for Kevin. Okay, so
Hey, you got Alan down there.
Yeah. Intermission. Tell the story, Ron.
all right.
Commercial break.
Flew back from Vegas last night, and I've told my wife for like 10 years. Hold on, Kevin. I'm in the middle of a story. So
I just had to go.
and I got to move everybody. Okay, so here we
We
go.
were like, Kevin, come back.
So I just came back from Vegas last night, and I've told my wife for like 11 years, you got to be careful. People following you. We used to live out in the country where there was fake cops. People would follow you all the time and abduct you, right? So I'm driving home, and it's a blizzard, going 30 miles an hour, and it's 12:30 at night. And I'm driving, and about an hour and a half away on a good day, this black truck pulls in behind me, and I slid through a red light. He went through the red light, and I was like, oh, it just must be, no big deal. So we're driving, and it's getting to a point where I'm going to turn on this long road to go towards my house, and he turns. I was like, okay, that's piquing my interest now, because now there's not a lot of places to go. So I'm and I go through the one kind of neighborhood where people turn. He didn't turn, and he was far enough back, but close enough to stay where I'm at, right? And I'm like, this is getting weird. So I get up to the town before my town. It goes my town, or this town, my town, and then nothing, and then Kansas, right? It would have got scary. So we get up to Elizabeth, and there's a stoplight where you turn to get to Safeway. And so I waited to the very last second without a turn signal and turned. He turns. And my wife's sleeping at the time. So I grab my phone. She wakes up. She goes, "What are you doing?" I go, hold on. There's something going on. And she looks at the phone, and she sees a 9 on the phone. And I go, I'm seeing what's happening. So I turn into the parking lot, but I didn't turn into a place where I'd get stuck in the parking lot. So he passes me, and I was like, okay, he just was turning there. I was just being paranoid. So I kind of slowed down where it looked like I was stopping to get gas. He turns into the parking lot and stops next to the building. And I was like, oh shit. Now I know he's following me. So I told her, I go, if I get back on the road and start driving, it's 11 and send. Right. So I get back on the road. Here comes the truck. Starts following me again. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So now it's almost 1:00. We're now past City 1. He now knows I know he's following me. Right. So it got real. It got really real. And so I'm on the phone with 911 dispatch, and I'm like, look, A cop just passed us. Have him turn around. She goes, can you turn around and go back to Walmart? I'm like, no, he's behind me. It's a 2-lane road. If he sees me turning around, all he's going to do is block. Like, I don't know what this guy's doing. He's been following me for an hour and a half. I'm going 30 miles an hour. It's a blizzard. Like, send cops. Right? So I'm driving and we're getting up close to my town. And I'm giving her like road by road where we're at. And she goes, how fast you going? I go, I'm 30 miles an hour. It's as fast as I feel comfortable driving because it's bad out. And she goes, okay, I need you to pull into the gas station. I go, it's closed. She goes, just pull into the gas station and act like you're getting gas. I was like, where are you guys at? He goes, there's a cop car right behind him. I go, okay, I don't really want to stop. Are you sure? So I pull in and I stop like I'm getting gas. And I turn around and Rachel's like, what's happening? And I go, he's coming down the hill. Here he comes with this truck. And there's another car behind him. He turns on his turn signal to get to where I was. 4 cops around him. There was a cop in the car wash, a cop across the street, and a cop behind him, another cop down the road, and then a cop came in behind me.
Damn, Ron, you were rolling deep.
Oh my God. I was freaking out. Because like 10 years ago, somebody got followed on this road and was killed.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah.
And so it was really scary. So I'm sitting there and the guy now knows, we know you're following us and we just called the cops on you and you're surrounded by police. This is awesome because you could still see our car. Like we're just in the same parking lot, but they wouldn't let him get close to me once he turned in. Because once he turned in, it was over, game over, right? Because now he's proven he's been following us. So the cop goes over and was talking to him, and he's like, okay, here's the story. He thought you guys broke into his daughter's car and he was just going to follow you home and then call the cops. And I go, well, because I left out a story. There was part of when we were driving home, he pulled off the side of the road after I caught him following me, and our road goes up and down. And he pulled over, gave about 15 car lengths, and when I went down, he started driving again, right? To make it like another car is behind me. I'm like, you're an idiot. Like I've been focused on your car for the last hour. I know the headlights were good, right? And I looked at the police officer. I go, and you believe that? I want you to just repeat what you said. It's 1 a.m. He's followed me for an hour and a half in a blizzard going 30 miles an hour. He couldn't do what I did, which was call the police and say, hey, somebody broke into my daughter's car. I'm following them. This is where we are. Come pull them over. Instead, in his brilliance, he follows us for hours. And he goes, well, he's a 38-year-old, white male. I think he's telling the truth. He got, he showed this picture of the car he was looking for. I go, that sounds like every serial killer I've ever heard of. So awesome. I feel much better. And he goes, what do you want us to do? I go, I want you in one of your 5 cars to drive him all the way back to Centennial, all the way back. Cause we are like 5 minutes from my house right now.
Yeah.
And I go, and I don't want him cause there's no tracks. There's no plow. All you have to do is follow my tracks and it goes right to my house now.
Yeah.
Horrifying. So then we get home. It's like, almost 3 and I couldn't go to sleep. I was like,
wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's intense.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man.
Hey, but
everything worked out okay.
I've told everybody you have to be aware of your surroundings. You never know who some crazy person is going to be following you, and if you don't pay attention, like that guy could have just ended up at my house, right? Or even worse, once we got somewhere where he knew there was nothing else around, we could have got ran off the road or whatever.
Yeah. Damn. First of all, man, the storytelling was pretty good. I was like, oh man, I was like, tell me more. That was a great storytelling. And second, man, I'm glad you guys are safe. I'm glad you guys are safe.
Thank you. Okay.
The normal comedic relief. The normal comedic relief for this show just took us a pause.
Yeah, it got a little serious. It got a little serious there.
It's been a really hard day because I hit a big wall about an hour and a half ago, and I was just like beat tired because obviously you don't sleep in Vegas. So,
well, on that note, let's look at an ad from Peng Joon.
All right.
Transition.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
And go.
target.
Audiences really respond to great content. And not just with likes and shares, it can also bring you a huge stream of revenue. But here's the question. How do you produce all the content that you need without spending hours and hours every single week? And how do you make sure you can turn your reach into revenue? We all know that great content is much more than just turning on a camera and talking. You need to have a system that covers ideas, creation, monetization for all of your content. I'm Ping Jun, and I make millions online by creating quality content that drives revenue. And my big secret is about having content multiply. That means creating one piece of content and use them in many different ways. All you need to do is click on the link, and I'll give you a free guide to show you exactly how you can be efficient with your time, with your budget, and come up with an awesome way to create content that actually profits. Let me tell you my process. To shoot all my content, all I do is I take 3 days every 4 months. I book out the time, and I take the entire 3 days to shoot my videos, and I'm done for the entire quarter. Because those videos, they aren't just videos. They become photos, stories, blog, ads, articles, everything that I need. And a huge amount of automation that drives this entire system that focuses on bringing in revenue. Click here to get your free book on how you can make great content in the minimum of time for maximum amount of revenue.
I'm going broke today, guys.
Let's talk about it.
I'm going broke today. Like, one, super creative, man. I really thought that was cool. I loved all the. I like how he made himself spell the words. I like the constant interrupt of what you're looking at, what you're listening to. It's always something new, something fresh. I've tried to get Corey to do stuff like that, and he won't stand working. So. Yeah, I've tried.
You guys ever see the old YouTube show? It was called Ask a Ninja.
No.
It was like, I am ninja, you are ninja, and then you could ask a question to this guy that he dressed up as a ninja, and he would do that. He'd come in from the side, he'd come in from the top. He was all over the place. It was all pattern interrupts like nuts.
Could they be the same person?
Maybe. Who
knows?
But it reminded me of that because that was like his gimmick, is that he was coming from all angles.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he would make letters out of himself and all sorts of nutty stuff that he did with editing. I thought it was a good pattern interrupt for sure. It would get me to stop in a heartbeat. As far as explaining the concepts,
sorry,
what just happened?
Scroll stop. I had to do it.
You're hilarious. So I thought he did it in an interesting way. It seemed a little overused. If I had to like pinpoint something about it, it was a little much. And I usually like that stuff. I think Jessica agrees a little bit. Overuse of special effects. I think he's great at content. Just learned special effects and went a little overboard. I find this kind of boring and doesn't make me want to act. Interesting. I'm still interested enough to take action. I will say that it would make me click.
Yeah.
But was it as impactful as maybe one of the other videos we've seen?
Kevin, I'm interested because obviously you have a very effective formula, right? Like we've seen in the first two videos. This might show something different. Like I feel like this is for somebody that is entering that journey of the content side of things, right? Because Zanat for his book as well. Do you see part of your framework in it? Like what stood out for you? Do you think this was good, not good, buenísimo, no bueno? I think you're muted.
You're muted.
And for the Spanish portion of the show,
dang it.
And we have to vote. We haven't been voting, so this is our first one we've.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
My son keeps coming in and asking me for something to eat, and I'm just like,
it's
dude,
all good.
It's all good. We're kid supportive here.
Yeah, we are.
No, first time I saw the ad by Ping Jun, I was like, this is like, I just laughed right in the beginning because he just keeps popping out. Like, maybe it's my sense of humor. I thought it was funny. And then, yeah, I mean, it definitely, I could see why you think it, like, after a while, it gets kind of overused. Like, he's using himself to, like, spell out the word content and stuff. But I don't know. Personally, I've seen that video and it has, like, a crap ton of views. So I'm sure whatever it's doing, it's working, because you don't get to, like, probably 1 million views or whatever it's at now. You don't get to that if something's not working. You don't dump that much money into something. So that being said, It does have a couple of the ingredients in it for sure. Like he's talking about his authority, right? He's like, I've made millions of dollars selling stuff online. He talks about pain points, right? He's like, are you experiencing, a hard time creating content for your business? And then he shares with you a little bit of a solution. Here I do, I make ads, or I shoot videos for 3 days every quarter. And, it definitely touches on some of the stuff that I teach in my formula. So, I mean, I thought it was a great ad. It was impactful. It doesn't rub me the wrong way personally or bug me or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure if you infused a little bit more personality into it to make it so that you knew it was a joke, that might help a little more if I was to give him some critiques, because he's so serious the whole time. But maybe if he tried to be funny, that would make it more funny. I don't know. But yeah.
I love it because it's creating a ton of leads for us. Just saying.
Yeah.
Creating a ton of leads for us.
Yeah.
The content, the idea.
Content.
So they're gonna go learn it, and then they want people to execute it for them. So they can call the business. So just saying.
I like a question, Kevin. So that ad I think was roughly a minute and a half, right? And if you have that ad at a minute and a half, the way it was structured, I think it could easily be broken into a 30-second spot, which may or may not have happened. What's kind of your process with sometimes using a long form of an ad to the short form? And because I see that ad, I don't think it would have been overdone at all at 30 seconds. I think it would have been exactly where you needed to, if you could relay the pain points and the messaging the way you wanted to in the shorter version of it. But from the special effects and everything and the comedic aspect, I think you could have gotten it all in a shorter amount of time. But do you ever take some ads and make a long one and a short one as you make them?
Yeah, we definitely do. We do like 10s and 15s and 30s and stuff like that. So yeah, just a matter of making sure that you keep in the right elements inside the ad. I mean, you definitely want to, like if I was to whittle it down like 10 ingredients and like make sure I hit on 3 things, right, to make it a shorter ad, I would 100% make sure there's some sort of a pattern interrupt. So it's like a scroll stopper, something weird. Talk about people's pain points, talk about the results that the thing that you're selling gets, and then get out with a call to action and make sure that your call to action has scarcity. That's actually one thing that Russell Brunson, about when he looks at people's funnels, for example, and most of the time, when he has feedback for them, he's like, it's always because they don't have scarcity in their calls to action. Like they're not saying, this offer ends at midnight, or there's only so many spots left, or we're going to raise the price soon. So definitely, putting that stuff into your ads with the call to action, some sort of scarcity, as opposed to just click the link below. Like you got to add something in there. So
good points.
Nice. All right. Voting.
Yeah. Hold them up.
Russell ad voting.
Oh, the first
Russell ad voting. Yeah.
We're like,
ad voting.
Thumbs up for all of them. Yeah.
Thumbs up.
All
All right, let's get into another ad from Catalyst at this time. And go.
If you don't live life to the max, maybe you should ask yourself why. Oh, look. Time to ride. Let's go! Today, I'm going to reignite the fire in your bellies so you can each find the catalyst to just... Everyone, it's time to adventure. Meet former ocean kayak enthusiast Liz Fuller.
Hi.
It says here that you once saw a pod of killer whales, but it was the ocean that ended up being the killer of your new phone.
I never got a picture of the whales because my phone got wet.
Tragic and weird. But today we're going to find the catalyst to help Liz Fuller lead a fuller life again. Liz, hand me your phone and AirPods. They just need the ultimate protection that only a catalyst case can provide. Behold, we have protected Liz's phone and AirPods from the elements and released her from her fear. Now she can.
It's fine.
If you're letting the fear of an accidental drowning or destruction of your phone, watch, or AirPods stop you from living life to the max, I will help you find the catalyst to overcome your fears and just adventure back to your life.
All right, let's talk about it.
All right, one thing first. I don't know if that was a Grant Cardone lookalike, but it sure felt like one.
I had no clue what it was about at first. I had no idea. I thought it was about ads. And then when like it got to the girl in the water, like it made sense because I've never heard of that company. Didn't know anything about it.
Yeah. I agree with you, Ron. I think they got into what they're selling a little too late. Like it seems like the first half was just like comedic, and you're like, oh, it's funny. And I might say just because it looks funny, but it doesn't really segmentate the audience. Like who should be watching, whose problem are we solving, right? Like I think it. But then the second half of the video, I think, is actually pretty good, right? When if the ad would start when she's like telling the story about the killer whale, I think it would have been a pretty good ad, right? The shorter version is still funny, right? It still had the pretty bad jokes, but now it is segmenting the audience. And from that point on, they did a pretty good job at these are the pains. We got plenty of 5-star testimonials, right? Like, what was it, 3,000 something? But yeah, I think they got into it a little too late.
That's exactly what I was going to say about that too. If they would have started when she gets splashed, when she's in the canoe and she just gets splashed with a bunch of water, they could have started with that. It was like, oh, it completely ruined my phone or whatever she said. Exactly. And then just from that point, because it took a little while. Like I almost tuned out for the first 20 seconds. Like I went somewhere else in my head. I was like, what is this? Because it didn't address the pain right in the beginning, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that if they'd done the splash and then gone with the rest of it, because the part where he dunked her, I mean, that's really the heart of the commercial. That's where it hit it. By the firemen in the crowd.
I don't know if like maybe showing all of the products could be good. Like, what is the problem? Like, obviously protection, right? But then you have all the stuff. You have the phone. You have the headphones, and you have the watch. Is it actually protecting the watch? Is it the strap that is? Like, I can cause confusion, right? And going from what Kevin was telling us, the trust authority, or at the end the scarcity. There's zero scarcity. There's like, here's the 3,000 products that you can buy, and then, oh gosh, where do I go? So then I go to the website, and it's like, what do I buy? What do I need? So it's just causes that internal confusion. I think I think more of a branding play, probably.
So for me on that, I disagree in a little bit, just because, let's say the ad is only for your phone case, right? I think for this type of products, personally, I believe like if you give them options, like a lot of people that carry an iPhone, they carry other Mac stuff. Like you had an iPad in there, you had the AirPods in there. So the fact that you can immediately say like, oh, I can protect all of them. Once you go in there, you're gonna spend more, right? Your average car value is gonna be higher. That is my opinion with this type of products. I think because buying one is not necessarily creating a follow-up problem, right? It's not like you're buying an info course and then you're buying the solution for something, and now it's creating the problem of, oh, when am I gonna find the time to do this, or how am I actually gonna do this, right? So yeah, like I do agree with no sense of urgency whatsoever. But yeah, that's my stand. So
would there have been a sense of urgency on that? It's not like it's gonna. Well, it could run out. We were talking about that.
I think they could have probably packaged it as a bundle, something like that, right? It's like get your Mac, like save all your Mac things and just make it a bundle, like for the next week you got, or 24 hours.
But I think if I would have just talked about the phone, right, it wouldn't have added anything. If it does its job on the phone, it gets me to the site, which then I can see that it's got all the other things. Like it doesn't need to tell me that in the ad, right? And I think I'm trying to figure out why would they do that first part. Right?
Yeah, why jump off a cliff and why ride a motorcycle and why scream on the stage? I don't get it.
And so my thought is they're somehow trying to give credibility to the guy that's gonna dunk the girl or something, right? Like I'm trying to figure out that portion, and that's still disconnected for me for the whole thing. And even like he's wearing a jacket, it has nothing to do with protecting his stuff like it does for the canoer, right? Like so, like it totally.
It is no Dr. Squatch. That's all I have to say.
There's no Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch gets the XXX game score.
Give it to Ryan Reynolds, please.
The Reynolds.
Yeah.
Wait a sec. Did you?
Oh man, Kevin must be so confused. Like, what's happening here?
The Reynolds is our highest award, Kevin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one does not get the Reynolds. That one
Anybody says the word Reynolds, that comes up. So I'm going to say no on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. I'm in the middle somewhere.
Kevin's
In the middle?
Kevin's a so-so.
Well, there's 3 no's. So that's
That's the way it goes.
Next.
Yeah.
What?
All right. Next
how many?
in
One more?
line.
2 more?
What's that? We've got, I think, 2 more. So we got another one from Kevin that he asked to share. Let's see. This is about
before
one of
you
the top
play this
10
one-
secrets.
Hold it.
Have you guys ever seen the video or the old ads by Budweiser where it's Real Men of Genius?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what this is. Like I completely copied their ads. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do it, and I went for it. So I
You hacked it.
It's super easy.
Hacked. It's not.
Yeah. I hacked them, and I voiced the whole thing over. I sung it. I did the whole. It's cheesy as can be, but it's
You sung it.
Yeah,
It's better get now.
it's all right. Yeah.
Bring it on.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Video.
The Video Formula presents Real Entrepreneurs of Genius.
Real entrepreneurs of genius.
Today, we tip our hats to you, Mr. Gear Acquisition Syndrome Guy, also known as GAS.
Mr. Gear Acquisition Syndrome Guy.
You approach each new tech gadget like a 5-year-old child on Christmas morning with ADD.
Sony just came out with a new camera.
Even though you already own 4 video cameras, 3 lighting kits, and 6 microphones, you still somehow believe that if you buy just one more gadget, it'll help your videos perform better online, guaranteed.
Gee, I could really use that underwater drone.
Ain't no smartphone good enough for my online content. My 237 Instagram followers demand quality.
Why is nobody commenting on my latest video?
So this course is for you, Mr. Gadget Magnet of the Misinformed, because without gear acquisition specialists like you, those camera companies would be out of business.
Mr. Gear Acquisition Syndrome Guy.
Visit thevideoformula.com by Kevin Anson, where all you need is a smartphone to get good results. Hurry, deal in soon.
All right, let's talk about it. Tag a friend who has gas. I like that one.
Fonzie.
I love that.
Fonzie. This
I
speaks directly to Fonzie 4 years ago.
I used to have gas. Yeah, lots of gas.
Lots of gas.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love acronyms. I think that's a great acronym, Kevin. Good job. Yeah.
I don't think I invented it. I think I saw it out there online somewhere and I stole it. But yeah, it's a good one. Because, I mean, we all have gas to some extent, right? You're like, there's new lenses that you can attach to your smartphone. I have to have those in my life. And then you get them and then you like never use them, you know?
Yeah.
I'm having a gas problem with the new Apple headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen those? They're like $500.
Yeah, the ones that are like this.
It does this like exactly, really, except it doesn't say Apple.
I mean, it's worse. They don't
gotta
fold.
say, yeah.
They don't fold. They don't have a cover.
And instead like this, they'll turn like this, and you put them in the smart case, and that's how they charge.
It looks like a purse. It looks like you're carrying a purse when you're charging them.
Carrying a purse, yeah.
And so you bought them.
No, I did not buy them. My wife said they made me look funny.
Yeah. I think Kevin, the fact that you were so transparent, be like, I just grabbed this from something else, right? Like everything is invented already. Like we can just grab this idea and apply it to us. And have you received negative feedback because of it? I'm asking for the people watching right now.
I think that the only there's like one person who commented on my ad, and he was just kind of like, he just says funny, but I think he was just trying to be sarcastic because I could see that he does like really high end production, and so I think he was like kind of butthurt about it, like that I was poking because I was poking fun at video, but I'm a video guy. Like I've been doing videos for years. I'm shooting this on a $12,000 video camera right now that I ran my business with for 8 years, but I'm the worst at gear acquisition syndrome, but I'm poking fun at those people because why not? We all suffer from that to some extent, but it's like, it's trying to make a point like, hey, you don't need all this expensive equipment to make really good videos online, so.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, that uncovers like a marketing principle, right? Like we talk about throwing rocks at a market, a type of person, right? And it's like those guys are frustrated on that side, right? That I'm like, oh man, like I identify with all of that, right? Maybe it's time to do something different. Those are the ones that are going to go to you. So I love that. And hopefully this serves as an encouragement for people in their own content to do similar things, like extract those principles and apply it in the day-to-day things that we might be doing. So loved it from the hacking of the commercial and be like, hey, let me use that structure and try something fun, something different, right? And on top of that, this is my message. I'm positioning myself right here, and everybody that's frustrated over there that has gas, come over here. We'll help you out. And I loved it, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, you know what? It also acts as a filter too, because if they don't like that, they probably won't like working with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. Bye.
Right.
There's plenty of other people that do this stuff out there.
Yeah. Oh, you already know.
Wide world.
Congratulations. Good for you.
Yeah. So perfect.
So how were the results on that? I don't know when you ran it, but
it actually has only been running for like 4 or 5 days. I tried to run it several weeks ago, and I don't know what happened, but I uploaded it to my Facebook account, and then my whole account got shut down. And I was like, maybe they were upset about that video. Is it too close to the Budweiser commercial? Because I grabbed the song, and that is not the original song. It's like some song that some YouTuber made, and he put it up online and said, anyone want to use this for free? Here you go. He like played the song on his piano. So it's not like the actual song. Anyways, I was like, maybe Facebook hates that video. It's like too much of a clone of the Budweiser. Like I got shut down, and then like I tried to upload it again, and then they kept like deleting it. So I don't know. So I had my ads guy, he like appealed a bunch of my ads, and then we uploaded it again, and it stuck. And so it's only been running for like 2 or 3 days. So the verdict is still out on that one, but I'll let you know.
Oh,
yes, please do.
Was it your idea to sing, or did someone say, hey, Kevin, I want you to go sing this song?
It was 100% my idea. I was laying in bed one night, and I was like, I'm going to make a Budweiser commercial. It was really hard. Like, I don't freaking sing at all. Like, I was like, this is super hard. I was like, get acquisition syndrome, guy. I was like screaming as loud as I could. And my family was here. They're probably like, what the hell is that doing upstairs? He's like singing like a crazy person.
Is the very best thing.
So anybody out there, before we vote, what is it? It's the videoformula.com. Head on over, and you can actually get all these tips for less than $100. So run, don't walk. Head on over to the videoformula.com.
Yep.
All right. Voting time. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
I just told Fonzie we need to do something like that too. With our
amazing thing. We talked about doing 6-second ads for the content Chopshop. So maybe we could do.
Maybe we can roll
a nod to that as well.
This actually reminded me of when I used to film and edit for Orange Theory. We did the Christmas event video. And it was like a trailer. Like we had this guy record his voice, and then I just edited it so it sounded like this Christmas. And it was like people working out. It was like pretty funny. Yeah, we should do something like that again.
Yeah, Kevin, something that I love that you also said, and I think everybody here understands. In this room, is have fun with it, right? Like, might as well just have fun and roll with it and make the experience. Because is it really worth it? Like, right? Like, so I encourage everybody to. Go do it, have fun, and everybody here show that we really enjoy to produce and just be ourselves. Clearly, you've seen today with everything and all this stuff, and we have a blast, right? And then that doesn't stop us from putting it out there. Yeah. So awesome!
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
that was 100% stock footage too. I just grabbed clips off of the storyblocks.com.
No, absolutely, I love Storyblocks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm not going to shoot anything for this. I'm just going to pull stuff offline, and it worked. So
I actually was going to ask if those people worked for you. So obviously, because that was my next thing. Okay, if you sang it, how'd you convince your team to like play in there? So never. I'm not going to ask that question.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't have to at all. No. Storyblocks handled it all.
Baby.
That's awesome.
I enjoyed it.
We already did one.
It's
3.
All right, last one of the day is from Papa Kern.
Papa Kern.
So if you want to get customers from the internet, there are 3 relatively simple steps to follow. Step number 1 is to make sure that the thing you're selling is actually sellable on the internet, meaning that people online actually want to buy it. There's a relatively simple, not easy, but simple process called market validation that'll give you the answer to that question in under an hour. Now, assuming that people do want to buy the type of thing that you're selling, the second step in the equation is to actually get attention and build demand for what it is that you're selling. A thing that's really worked well for me is a methodology called intent-based branding that's creating ads like this one that are actually helpful to your desired customer, and it demonstrates you can help them by actually helping them. I call it the oldest trick in the book. And when you do that, they are predisposed to want to do business with you because you've already built that trust. The third and final step in the equation is what I call the after the click experience, also known as your sales process. This is the way that you take a stranger who goes to your website and turn them into a customer. And here's the deal. That process will vary depending on what type of business you have, what you're selling, the price point you're selling it at. But when you have all 3 of those things dialed in, yes, you can totally get customers from the internet, especially right now with all the crazy stuff that's going on because more people are online than probably ever. If you'd like me to show you how to do this by demonstration, click the link somewhere around this video. I have a class where I go into a new market where nobody knows me, and I start doing 3 things totally from scratch. I build a brand, I build an email list of subscribers, and I get a bunch of customers starting completely from scratch where nobody has any idea who I am. If that sounds cool to you, check it out by clicking the link somewhere by this video. Thanks for watching. So if you want to...
All right, let's talk about it.
Papa Kern hitting again.
I mean,
books. So the reason I wanted to bring this one up is because it is bare bones. It is his phone. He is outside, likely around his home or somewhere he's staying, and it looks very impromptu. He has the most basic call to action, the most basic lower aspect text to go on. Did it hit?
No,
I think it does I personally think it does a pretty good job delivering the message. I'm pretty sure that is the top of the funnel ad where he's just waiting for people to raise their hand and show certain interest, and then he'll retarget them with another ad, right? That is going to take them to the next step.
What's he
What
selling?
is it, Ron?
What's he selling?
Oh, I think he's selling
it's the program where you watch him go into a new, completely new niche, and he's not known at all.
I didn't know if that was. I didn't know if that was the actual program or if that's just what he liked to do.
Yeah.
And he launched that when COVID hit. I think with him and Billie Jean did too. And they launched that, I think, live for the first 30 days, and then they've been improving it. I love the fact that he has his own processes with his own names, like the after the click thing, right? Everyone's like, what is that, right? And it's like, okay, well, it's your sales process, right? But the fact that he has his own name around it, proprietary names, that also elevates the trust. I'm like, maybe he knows what he's talking about, right? And even though it's super basic, that elevates trust big time. And it's like, is his own base. Brandon explains exactly what it is. He has a whole program around that too. Now it's in people's head, and eventually they're gonna probably come into that and they're gonna be like, sweet, let's do it. Currently, no,
definitely. Personally, I saw the house and I was like, man, I'm sold. Is the program at your house? Yeah, can we go there? But yeah, Kevin, I'm curious. What do you think about that one? Because I know that one is message over production for sure.
Yeah, I mean, right away you can see that it follows a lot of the stuff that I'm always preaching about too. And he's obviously one of the founding forefathers of marketing, and so we've all learned a great deal from him. And so, I'm sure some of what I've learned and I teach now stems from what he teaches. And like right in the beginning, he's just like, you guys want to know what the 3 things are that every marketing system needs, or whatever it is? And it's like immediately he's hooking you in, like 3 things. Okay, crap. All right, now that I started watching this video, now I have to stick around till he tells me what all 3 things are. And so you're like, okay, 1, and then he goes 2, and then he goes 3. So you're like invested by that point, right? So then the more people are watching, at least more than 50% of the video. So then it tells Facebook that video is working well, and then it gets served up to more people, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just, he talks about how if you're somebody who, what do you say? Like if you don't have a list, I'm gonna basically build a business from scratch where no one knows who I am. Similar to what I teach, is like you can make videos even if all you have is a smartphone. It's like very bare bones people. Like if you have never done this before in your life, I can still show you how to do it. He's addressing all the concerns, breaking down all the objections that people have, why they wouldn't want to click the video. Like he addresses all that stuff. And if I was to like give feedback, I would say, hey, Frank, add some scarcity there at the end or something. Say that this offer is going to be taken down soon. But other than that, like that ad that's all you need. That was money.
Yeah. I mean, I think he for his most recent ads of his books, right? Like buy 5 books for $2 or whatever the stuff was, right? It was the exact same thing. So, I mean, he's definitely on this, like, no, I'm not going to do any production. I'm going to just, you tell me what I need, whoever that's selling my thing now, and I'll go record it with my phone, and we're going to make this as frictionless as possible and just make it happen. Right?
Yeah, I think it's proof that, messaging stands on its own. The sound wasn't bad. It wasn't like while he's talking and everything. So that was nice because that can be a super distraction. But he delivered the message super clearly. And I think it just got the job done. He didn't need any big frills. And the reason I wanted to show that one in particular is because we had a couple comments 3 or so shows back of people that said, you show commercials that are very high end on this particular episode. How does that apply to us? So I wanted to show this one to show that, the message can stand on its own.
Yeah.
And that's how Kern has operated for a very long time.
I think that's part of his brand too. Like every single piece of content that you see from him, it's either a text screenshot or like a testimonial from his phone, or it's that type. And it also is his message. He's like, don't overcomplicate things. Like make it simple. And he shows on the content that he produces as well, right? Production value definitely has, we've talked about this, right? Has a place for different things, but for him, that's his brand, right? Like, the employees and help. I can't. Would you run? I think we voted, right?
Kevin didn't vote.
Does Kevin know?
Even his courses are PowerPoint.
Is that a yes or a no? I'm a no.
Oh, this one is a yes.
Yeah, it's a yes for me.
But Kevin, if you go to the private chat, we're voting for the entire show.
The best ad today, Kevin. What's your vote?
Ad today that you consider, and then we're gonna revealed.
Best ad to me.
Yeah.
Best ad.
Don't say it. Just put it in the chat, and then we're gonna
just put it in the private chat.
In the private chat.
Yeah.
Right.
And then tell me when you're ready, Jim.
Yeah, and if you're in the audience, put it in the comments. Which one do you like today? Which one was your favorite? Put them right there. Let us know. Was it better than Super Bowl ads?
Are we ready?
Yeah,
I say yes on the better than Super Bowl ads, by the way.
There were a lot of stinkers this year, that's for sure.
I think we're ready.
Yeah, there was a lot of.
But not this next one that we're going to show.
Maybe some.
No. Yeah.
Are we ready?
We're ready. Let's hit the shot.
Oh man!
And the chop is The gas.
The Video Formula presents Real Entrepreneurs of Genius.
Real entrepreneurs of genius.
Today, we tip our hats to you, Mr. Gear Acquisition Syndrome Guy, also known as Gas.
Mr. Gear Acquisition Syndrome Guy.
You approach each new tech gadget like a 5-year-old child on Christmas morning with ADD.
Sony just came out with a new camera.
Even though you already own 4 video cameras, 3 lighting kits, and 6 microphones, you still somehow believe that if you buy just one more gadget, it'll help your videos perform better online, guaranteed.
Gee, I could really use that underwater drone.
Ain't no smartphone good enough for my online content. My 237 Instagram followers demand quality.
Why is nobody commenting on my latest video?
So this course is for you, Mr. Gadget Magnet of the Misinformed, because without gear acquisition specialists like you, those camera companies would be out of business.
Mr. Gear Acquisition Syndrome Guy.
Visit thevideoformula.com by Kevin Anson, where all you need is a smartphone to get good results. Hurry, deal in soon.
I'm more impressed not knowing you don't know any of those people, and that's all stock footage. Right? Dang it.
That's awesome.
My favorite part, I think, is talking about the 237 Instagram followers, actually.
Yeah,
They demand quality.
Yeah, Corey has like $3,000, so he just scoffs at them. Scoffs.
Yeah. Kevin, you hit some good pain points in there in a really creative and funny way.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, you guys.
I want to thank you so much for coming on. We truly appreciate it. It's been so cool having this time with you, and hopefully the audience got a lot of good value out of that. They got the script from you too, which was amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. Definitely check out videoformula.com out there for those of you that want to get to know a little bit more of his content and his learnings and his courses. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you have some content you want us to review, let us know. Link it in the comments. And as always, see you next week.
Bye,
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.